Hello friends, so we learned the basics of Python and now we're going to try out our skills on how to solve this problem. I would like for you to try it out yourself first, and then in case you fail to watch it till the end of this video and just to learn how it should be solved. So we are a salesman of oranges and we have harvested a big pile of oranges. We have exactly 1,263 oranges and we want to arrange them into crates which can hold up to 17 oranges each. Now the problem is to write a code that identifies the number of crates and the number of individual oranges that don't fill up the last crate. And then the computer should print out there are X amount of crates and Y amount of individual oranges. So here at the last part we fiddled in some strings, and the whole part in the beginning is just doing calculations with integers and floats. So let's get on with it. We have 1,263 oranges, so number oranges is equal to 1263. What we are interested to find is the number of crates. So crates is equal to, each crate can hold 17 oranges. So in order to find the number of crates, we know that we have to divide 1263 over 17. Okay, so the number of crates is this number. And then we know how many oranges are left, right? So let's try. We wrote this. This is a simple calculation, but we want to see what's the number of crates. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have 74.2941176 blah 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 number of crates, which means that this 0.2941176 blah 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 is a certain number of individual oranges that has been divided by 17, and we are not sure what that number is. But what we know for sure is that this number of oranges fills up exactly for 74 crates. So we can write it down here, crates, only 74. Or if we don't want to do that, we can leave it like this and then tell the computer to round the number up, because we don't want the 0.294, the numbers after the decimal points, because you can't have 0.2 numbers of crates. So crates is equal to, now how do we do it? How do we round this number up? We have the round function. We can learn it in the future, but for this case I would go just the route of changing the type of the object from float, because this is a float right here, it has a decimal point, into an integer. So we write integer of crates. So here crates was a float type of value. Crates is a float. Do you see it? This is on the screen. But here we are telling it that crates is an integer, or we are overwriting the value. When we print it out right now, since print is at the bottom, it will write out the new value, which is now an integer value. Good. So we fixed that, but we still don't have the number of individual oranges. Now we can go the whole complete mathematical style and just say, okay, well, we know the number of crates, we know the number of oranges per crates. We can calculate number oranges crates that are in crates by multiplying 74, which is the value of crates, times 17, because we know that each crate can hold 17 oranges. So in order to find out what's the number of oranges in crates, we print out the value of number of oranges in crates. So we check that out and we find out it's 1,258. In order to find the number of individual oranges left, our number of oranges, the whole number of oranges, minus the number of oranges that are in crates. So if we write it out like this, then it is print out individual oranges left, and it will tell us what the exact number is. It's 5, okay? Because 1,258 plus 5 makes 1,263. So if we want to print it out now, the line that was given to us as a problem to solve, we have this one here. We can write it in here, so we don't have to, we put a hashtag because this is a comment, and we try to do print what do we want to print? We want to print there are, then the number of crates is crates, okay? Crates, and okay, then I'll explain in the end. And number individual oranges left. Individual oranges left, and the last one is text individual oranges. Okay, we can try this out. We delete the last print because we don't need it. So we have, there are 74 crates and 5 individual oranges. We fixed that. So it seems like we don't have to put the blank space here, the space, because it's doing double spaces here. The comma here does that on its own, so we can just remove those and it's good. When we run it again, it's fine. Now the more experienced programmers are pulling their hairs out because this was just a mathematical way of writing all of this stuff. The reason why it's done in code, it's easy because you can do it every time, is because you can automate these kind of calculations so you don't have to think. But this is a little bit clunky. The way that we wrote it out is clunky. We went mathematically. There are inbuilt operations that we can do. For example, in order to find after a division, to find the number that is left, not the decimal point. So 74.2 was the number that was created when we divided 1263 with 17. So that 0.2 is the number that was left that couldn't go into 17. And we can calculate it straight with that symbol. So the way we do that is individual oranges. Individual oranges. Why isn't that counting? Oh, okay, I didn't create it yet. Individual oranges left is equal to 1263 when we divided 17. Okay, so what this percentage symbol does is it divides 1263 with 17, and then the number that is left is assigned to the value of individual oranges left. When we do the whole thing of calculating, running the code, we will see that the same numbers will pop up. So this is the cleaner way, the better way to write code like this. We can also make it more compact, so the things here aren't so clunky. We don't have to have 2 lines of code of crates is equal to this number, then we turn that float into integers. We can just do it up front in the beginning. We are saying here that, okay, turn the number that results from 1263 divided by 17 and turn that into an integer, and that's it. Okay, good. When we run it, we will see it's again the same thing. We didn't change anything. We just made it more compact and made it look a little bit more sightly. But okay, so it was 1263. When we divided it, it was too close. So the number was 74.2. But what happens if we divide a number that is over 74.5 and then turn it into an integer? Does it round up to the next biggest number? We can try that out. So 5 plus 5, let's do it an 8 here, and we change the things. We don't care about what we did up until now. We are just interested in checking out how the integer function, so changing the types, works when we turn a float, which is with a decimal point over 5, into an integer. So when we do this and we print crates, okay, we see that the number here is, let's wait, strictly 74. Okay, we can change it up. Oh, it's still, sorry, forgot that it's still into integer. When we check it like this, is 74.58. So when we did this as an integer, it still was 74. Okay, why? Because it doesn't matter how high the decimal point is, the number after the decimal point, it just cuts it off. Like there was 74.5, it cuts it off at the decimal point, and you're left with just the whole numbers on your left side. So we just learned a little bit more of how changing the object type works. We know that floats that are over the 0.5 number doesn't get rounded up to the next highest number. It just rounds down to the lowest number that is the closest to the decimal point float type of object. But yeah, so that's it. We experimented a little bit along the way. That's the way that I would like anyone to do it, in the aspect that it helps checking out and just experimenting. I just keep printing out the results all the time because I want to check that I didn't go wrong in some earlier steps, and then I have to recheck all the program. I just go along with each step, printing out the results and checking if that's what I wanted to print out, and then modifying as I go until I get a clear picture. So yeah, that's it for this little exercise that we had, and afterwards in the next video we will start going a little bit more into the details of strings. So yeah, bye.